Welcome to Manila Updates TV. Please subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon for more updates. The headline hit local news with a bang: Philippine Navy frigate to be launched in just 1 year. For many Filipinos, this sounded almost too good to be true. Warships are complex machines, full of advanced systems and technology. Hearing that one could be ready to launch in such a short time made many people ask, is this really possible? The contract was for new frigates, big, heavily armed ships that can fight submarines, planes, and other ships. The timeline promised that the first ship would be launched just 12 months after the deal was signed. In an age where delays often plague military projects, this claim felt almost magical. People started to talk. Some were excited, hoping this meant stronger protection for the Philippines. Others doubted it was possible, pointing to the long history of shipbuilding taking years, not months. The debate quickly spread on social media and talk shows. This essay breaks down the facts behind the headline. It explains what launch really means, why building a warship takes time, and why it is important for the Philippine Navy to be realistic about what can be done in a year. When people hear launch, they often picture a ship ready to sail into battle, but in shipbuilding, launching means something different. Launching is when the ship's main structure, called the hull, is put into the water for the first time. It is a major milestone, but it does not mean the ship is finished. At launch, the ship usually looks complete from the outside. The hull is painted, and the superstructure, the part above the main deck, may be in place. But inside, many important systems are still missing or unfinished. Engines, weapons, radar, and electronics still need to be installed and tested. This is why launched is not the same as ready. A newly launched ship cannot fight or even sail on its own. It still depends on workers, cranes, and dockyards for many more months. Launching shows that the outside work is mostly done, but the real work continues inside. Understanding what launch means helps explain why a 12-month timeline is surprising. The ship might be in the water in a year, but it will still be a long way from joining the fleet. A launched ship is only partly finished. To be useful to the Navy, it must reach combat readiness. This means the ship can sail safely, use its weapons, and work as part of a team. Reaching combat readiness is a much longer and more difficult process than just launching. After launch, workers begin outfitting the ship. This step adds the engines, wires, pipes, electronics, and weapons. Each system must be carefully installed and tested. Mistakes can be dangerous or even deadly at sea. For example, if the radar or guns do not work, the ship cannot defend itself. Next comes sea trials. The ship is taken out to sea and tested in real conditions. The engines are run at full power, sensors are checked, and the crew practices using the ship's systems. Problems found during trials must be fixed before the Navy accepts the ship. Only after all these steps is the ship declared combat ready. This process can take a year or more after launch. That's why a 12-month launch is not the same as a 12-month finished warship. Building a modern frigate is a team effort that starts long before any metal is cut. The first step is design. Engineers and Navy officers work together to decide what the ship should be able to do. They choose weapons, radars, engines, and even the shape of the hull. Once the design is finished, the construction phase begins. Workers and machines build the ship's hull in large pieces called blocks. These blocks are lifted and joined together in a dry dock. This part often goes quickly if the shipyard is experienced and the design is not new. After the hull is complete, the ship is launched into the water. Next, the outfitting stage begins. Workers install complex equipment, pipes, and electrical systems. Each part must fit perfectly, and everything must work together. Outfitting can be slow, especially if the design is new or the shipyard is not used to building warships. Finally, the ship goes through sea trials to test everything in real life. Only after passing these tests can the ship join the fleet. The whole process usually takes several years, not just one. So, is it really possible to launch a frigate just 1 year after signing the contract? Well, honestly, the answer depends on how much work has already been done before the contract is signed, and also, just how experienced the builders are. If the design is already finished and the shipyard is all set up, building the hull can actually go pretty fast. In some cases, a shipyard might be able to build the hull of a simple warship in about 12 months. This is doable if the workers are skilled and the parts are, easy to get. But keep in mind, this hull will be empty inside. It's kind of like a house that only has walls but no furniture or wiring. What definitely cannot be done in just 1 year is making the ship ready for combat. Outfitting, installing weapons, and testing everything takes much longer. Some of these systems are super complex and have to be carefully connected to others. Delays are pretty common, especially if new technology is being used or parts show up late. So, in short, sure, a hull can be launched quickly, but getting a fully ready frigate takes much more time, and honestly, rushing this process can lead to mistakes that end up being really costly to fix later on. Countries like South Korea and Japan are famous for building ships quickly. Their shipyards are modern and efficient, they use advanced tools and have many skilled workers. For example, South Korea's Hyundai Heavy Industries can build the main hull of a frigate in about a year. But even in these countries, making the ship combat-ready still takes more time. After launch, it can take another year or more to install all the equipment and run sea trials. These steps cannot be skipped, even by the fastest builders. The goal is always to balance speed with safety and quality. Japan also builds warships quickly, but their process is careful. They spend extra time on testing and training the crew. This ensures the ship can handle real combat situations. Japanese shipyards often finish new Navy ships in 2 to 3 years from start to finish. The lesson is clear. It is possible to launch a ship in a year, but making it ready for battle takes longer. The best shipbuilders do not cut corners on testing and training. Some parts of building a warship simply cannot be rushed, no matter how much money or manpower is used. The most difficult part is system integration. This means making sure all the ship's systems, radars, weapons, engines, and computers work together smoothly. Integration is like building a giant puzzle. Each piece must fit perfectly. If one system fails, the whole ship could be at risk. For example, a problem with the fire control system could mean the ship cannot aim its guns or missiles. Fixing problems takes time and careful testing. Testing at sea is also critical. Sea trials reveal problems that are hard to find in the shipyard. Sometimes, engines vibrate too much or radars do not see as far as planned. These problems may require the ship to return to the dock for repairs or changes. This is why warship construction often takes 2 to 3 years or more. Rushing integration and testing can lead to dangerous mistakes or expensive repairs later. Why do some countries or shipbuilders promise fast build times? There are several reasons. Sometimes it is about national pride. A quick launch shows the world that a country is strong and modern. Sometimes it is about competition. Shipbuilders want to win contracts, so they promise the fastest possible delivery. Another reason is confidence. Some shipyards have built many similar ships before, so they know the process well. They believe they can repeat their past success. Sometimes governments push for fast timelines to show results to the public or to respond to urgent security needs. But these promises can be risky. If problems appear during construction, delays are hard to avoid. Breaking a promise may hurt the reputation of the shipbuilder and the Navy. It can also cost more money if extra work or repairs are needed. Understanding the reasons behind fast timelines helps the public see why realism is important. Speed is good, but only if it does not sacrifice quality and safety. Building a warship quickly has some clear advantages. The Navy gets new ships sooner and can respond faster to threats. A modern shipyard can save money by working efficiently. Quick delivery can also boost national pride and show allies that the country is serious about defense. But going too fast has hidden dangers. Rushed work can lead to mistakes in construction or system integration. If the ship is delivered before all tests are done, problems may appear at sea. Fixing these problems later can be expensive and even dangerous for the crew. Realistic planning means allowing enough time for each step: design, construction, outfitting, and testing. It means listening to the advice of engineers and Navy experts. It also means being honest with the public about what is possible and what is not. For the Philippine Navy, careful planning will ensure that new frigates are not just launched quickly, but are truly ready to protect the country when it matters most.